In 1947, this was Palestine, ruled by Britain, inhabited by 1 million Arabs and 500,000 Jews. Then Britain withdrew, leaving the UN to divide Palestine between the Jews and, despite their bitter opposition, the Arabs. In 1948, the creation of the State of Israel provoked war. Victory for the Jews enlarged that state. 600,000 Arabs left Palestine as refugees. 19 years later, in the Six-Day War of 1967, Israel humiliated the Arab enemy, occupied Arab land, and secured wider frontiers once more.
I'm not going to Geneva to discuss the possibility of the withdrawal, the Israeli withdrawal from the land occupied after 67 at all. This is a fact. Put yourself in my shoes. Could you accept bargaining on your land? I'm not ready to bargain on 1 inch of my land at all, or the Arab land. Israel knows this quite clearly.
Can you conceive of Egypt signing an agreement with Israel to which there is not also accord given by Syria and the PLO and the other relevant Arab states?
No, not at all. Because our ultimate goal from the Geneva Conference is to establish permanent peace. Without all the parties concerned attending and signing this peace agreement, we can't establish peace.
So it has to be an overall.
All the parties concerned.
You must be very hopeful that the United States can put extremely heavy pressure on Israel, because Israel has said that Jerusalem, for instance, is simply non-negotiable, very publicly and very repeatedly, leaving aside the problem of the rest of the West Bank.
Well, if we start like this, we shall not reach peace, because if they say this, we shall say so and so is not negotiable, or so we will not reach anything at all. For that, I told you, we must prepare for Geneva.
Do you think that the Palestinian state will include or exclude the part of the West Bank which is East Jerusalem?
It must be part of the Palestinian state, the Western Bank and the Gaza Strip, with a corridor between them through Israel, and this can be reached in Geneva.
And when you talk about the West Bank, you include East Jerusalem in that. It's one and the same thing.
Quite right. It is part of the land occupied after 67. Let me tell you this. No one in the Arab world, either Muslim or Christian, and in the Muslim world, that's now more than 700 million, will agree to the Israeli sovereignty over the Arab part of Jerusalem, because this is something pure religious issue for them. I told President Carter this quite frankly, what I am telling you this. No one will agree to the Israeli sovereignty on these holy places. The preparation in itself is much more important than the conference itself, because it will mean that America can work out something that can be accepted by all parties concerned, and then we sit together. If the preparation goes well, I think we shall not find any difficulty in any way.
There are rumors from America that the 67 border, in their view, could be turned into a slightly wavy line to accommodate Israel's perceived security needs. Is that something you could consider, that you could bend the line here and there?
Not at all. Not at all. As I told you, no Arab leader can submit 1 inch of our land that was occupied after 67. Israel can have whatever she asks as guarantees. And to the extent, I have said, that if they choose to have a defense pact with the United States, we shall not oppose this. As a general idea of the guarantees, there can be a demilitarized zone on both sides of the borders on reciprocal basis.
All the way around the border?
Yes.
Sinai, Golan, West Bank?
West Bank, and Lebanon also. We can have a system of early warning stations or so. I myself, from my side, from the side of Egypt, I'm ready to consider the size of Israel and the size of Sinai in marking the demilitarized zone. But mark this, I'm not ready at all to submit 1 inch of my land.
But you are ready to say that your demilitarized zone on your side could be bigger in area, for instance, than the Israelis' demilitarized zone?
Quite right. I'm ready to consider this. But if they are ready for peace, they shouldn't take this and put it in their pockets and ask for more. No.
Would you permit, for instance, the Israelis themselves to have in the Sinai forward listening posts?
No, I can't do this at all. This will mean occupation of my land. And whenever there is an Israeli soldier on my land, I can't end the state of belligerency. We want to end the state of belligerency.
Can you have American soldiers policing the ceasefire along the demilitarized zone?
Well, if we are going to agree to this, it is a negotiable solution, and we prefer the United Nations, any United Nations contingent or so, but still it is a negotiable.
You don't rule out absolutely?
I don't rule it out, yes.
It is part of the PLO Charter, the elimination of the State of Israel, isn't it?
Not at all. In the last Congress that has been held here in Cairo, they have taken a very advanced decision saying that they will create a Palestinian state on whatever land be delivered to them.
From your conversations with Yasser Arafat, how do you interpret the attitude now of the PLO towards Israel and the possible attitude of the PLO and the Palestinians towards Israel if there is a West Bank Gaza Strip state created?
I think this will be a tremendous step towards permanent peace in the area. You will find no one except the United States that has got lever on Israel, because they provide Israel from the loaf of bread to the phantom, to the even deficit in the budget itself. So it is the vein of life. Vein of life for Israel goes from the United States.